What if you were reborn as royalty, not in a fantasy empire of dragons and magic, but in a fragile kingdom on the brink of collapse? That's the premise of Reincarnated as an Imperial Prince, a historical transmigration novel that mixes politics, war, and kingdom building with a frustratingly conflicted protagonist. Our NC, Thomas Harrier, a modern scientific genius, dies in a car crash and wakes up as an imperial prince in an early 20th century-like empire. With his father assassinated and enemies circling, he has to reform a failing kingdom while navigating conspiracies, politics, and war. At first, it's a refreshing take. Instead of swords and sorcery, we get railroads, politics, and modern military strategy. The promise of a smart, pragmatic NC dragging a crumbling empire back to glory is an exciting setup, especially for readers who enjoy kingdom building and historical twists. But the cracks show quickly. For a supposed imperial prince, the MC doesn't act like one at all. He has no real arrogance, no sense of authority, and, somehow, only one personal guard. It breaks immersion when we're told he's a ruler, but he's portrayed more like an awkward student president. Instead of becoming a decisive monarch, the author writes him like a beta protagonist, too moralistic, too hesitant, and far too willing to give up power. He literally says he doesn't want to be emperor, doesn't care about succession, and wouldn't mind being replaced. For a story about rulership, that kills the stakes. Side characters don't help much either. His supposed heiress is written as a foolish, useless girl, and there's no real political pushback or intrigue from court officials. Everyone exists mainly to either agree with or be lectured by the MC. Worse, the story leans into copying real-world government systems like the UK or USA, instead of developing its own unique imperial system. What could have been an original take on kingdom building feels like a political copy-paste with no cultural grounding in its world. The result? A novel that promises high-stakes empire building, but delivers a protagonist who feels like a passive observer. Readers expecting a calculating emperor or even a flawed but ambitious monarch will be disappointed by a character who doesn't want the throne he's been given. Reincarnated as an imperial prince is well written on the surface and updates consistently, but its weak characterization, lack of royal presence, and derivative politics undermine what could have been a truly compelling historical isekai. If you want kingdom building with teeth, this one might not satisfy. So what do you think? Should an emperor in fiction be ruthless and decisive, or is there room for a soft-hearted ruler in these kinds of stories? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more novel reviews.